Hey guys, how you doing? Just giving you a little update what's going on. We had the the Ring of Fire thing going on Saturday. Very interesting on that, but I made a comment regarding that this could be the the sign of the seal, one of the seals, the 6 seals on there. If you see the chart here, take a look at it. One thing, it's not talking about the blood moon. I mean, with this whole thing, because it was the sun actually turning dark, right? So if you read the scripture on there, it talks about the sun turning dark, but it also mentioned about the moon turning black, which we've had already. So anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting, especially with the whole Israel war thing going on, the situation. Just seems like things are escalating even more on that. I mentioned also this could be, and again, this is all my thoughts anyway, it could be like the beginning of Armageddon, the starting of it, or setting it up, or whatever you call it, because a lot of countries are being involved now regarding that. And first it was Lebanon, and then Syria, and then Turkey, and then Iran. The major conflict obviously is with Iran and stuff like that, and the U.S. Being involved as well. So they already sent a warship over there, and now they sent the second one. So what does that tell you? Right now Israel is doing full force regarding that, sending ground troops and stuff like that. So this is pretty serious. It's not like before where things were just like a ceasefire and then they stop and then life goes on. But no, this is full on force regarding that. So it's pretty serious. And then in the States, we're having conflicts regarding the whole sides regarding that. So, and then the other countries in Europe and stuff like that, they, some siding, some don't want to even be involved, like Switzerland mentioned they don't want to take sides regarding that. So, and just reading one of the headlines on Zero Hedge, it talks about the situation that's happening with the whole thing regarding the Israel and the ceasefire plans after Iran said Hamas is willing to release hostages if airstrikes will stop, and it says that Putin gets involved. So Putin is Russia, so now Russia is going to be involved regarding that. So we don't know how this is going to escalate, but we know the book of Revelation, Armageddon, talks about Russia and China. So that's part of Gog and Magog. So these things are escalating even more, and it's moving according to what the scripture says. Sorry for the background noise and stuff like that, but so this whole thing is escalating regarding this whole thing. And you can see where it's going to land regarding that pretty soon. As you know, in the book of Revelation, it talks about Armageddon, talks about all the nations will come against Israel, and then that's where God will intervene regarding that. And how does this all plan? Well, you look at through the signs, and the signs of the the sun turning dark, or the blood moons, or whatever you call it. Matthew 24 about the rumors of wars and the hearts, and you just can see it's all heading toward the head regarding that. So just get ready, folks. We may be seeing it pretty soon. One thing for sure, we know for a fact regarding what people think on the rapture or no rapture or whatever. The facts remain that they all say that Jesus is supposed to return, and that's a fact. And Jesus mentioned about that coming back. So we don't know if this is like toward now, Armageddon, pre-Armageddon or whatever, or things setting up. I get a lot of Bible people telling me stories and stuff like that, and saying how this is how it should be, this is supposed to be this way. Well, that's why I say I like to keep an open mind regarding that, because God can change his mind. God could shuffle around things and decides that, and everything seems like it could be my plan, your plan, or whatever, and then it's his plan, But things are escalating and stuff like that. And it's not slowing down, man. The train keeps going, it's not slowing down. So that's the whole thing. But I'm talking about the whole marker of this thing is the time clock with Israel and what's happening. And the other countries are getting involved. Now we're hearing preachers about that, talking about it and stuff like that, and how these are all fitting in the signs. Also, I look at it as far as like technology, because technology always goes with this whole thing. So, this whole thing's beefing up, with the mark and all that stuff. You can see where the technology is coming, tracking the cashless society and all that, and pretty soon I heard that one preacher talk about how Taiwan is going to be invaded or whatever. That's probably something coming down the line, but the U.S. is definitely involved, sending warships and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of Iran's going to fire back and then that'll start everything for sure. Because Turkey will be siding for Palestine and all this stuff. So there's going to be all that happening. And we know that from all that stuff that, there's sides right now, sides regarding that. And the whole thing's coming down to the throne and birthright. And I heard a preacher say this over the weekend, saying how this whole battle is about the throne in the courtyards, even with God and the devil and Lucifer or whatever. It's all about the throne, about good and bad and all this stuff. So we're heading toward the heat of all this stuff. So we'll see. And then one thing for sure, you got Halloween coming up, so or Old Saint Day, whatever. So these things are beefing up regarding that. So this is a hard month. We're on it, so you got to be careful, be aware, know what's going on, be prepared, all this stuff. So anyways, my message today is just talking about the coming up, or the countdown of Armageddon, because that's definitely coming up. How does the signs regarding the third temple? Well, that's behind the scene too. Nobody talks about that, but that's the reality that we were talking about before this whole thing that came up. They're building the third temple. They have plans. They have the red heifer and all this stuff, and they're planning on building it. They were going to plan on building it this year. Maybe it's now next year. I don't know, but that's behind the burner as well. So these things are reality, folks, of what's going on. Just beware that the time clock is ticking. It's kind of like one of those time clocks, you could, well, it's going, and we're heading toward that. I believe anytime we're going to see the sign of Jesus coming, either defending Israel or what have you, and all that stuff. But we'll see what happens. One thing for sure, even the book of Revelation, when it talks about during the tribulation, it talks about the place called Petra. They were protected during the tribulation regarding that. I had my rabbi buddy of mine, and as I mentioned before, he even said, even before this whole thing happened, sometime in June or before then, have a talk with him, and he said that we already in the sixth seal, or heading toward the sixth seal or whatever. So even he said that way back then. He believes that we're in the tribulation and all this already. So now looking with all the signs that's happening, with everything happening, it seems like it's coming more toward there. I just don't see another 50 years or 10 years, or who knows, 10 years or whatever. But it's definitely brewing on that. I know Armageddon is one of the closest to the last signs of that, but we're getting there. I just don't know how we're going to slow down on all this stuff, And, the son of perdition coming up, and who's that going to be? Or is that a system or what? And there's always a mystery regarding the election coming up too and stuff. But that's behind the scene also on that. Also, I just want a little side note. I heard that Elon Musk is going to be running for president, or he's thinking of it or something like that. There was an article I read regarding that for 2024. And then there was some rumors that I heard. I don't know. I have to confirm about that. But it said something about Elon bought Google or something like that. It could be just a rumor. I don't know. But, all these things are behind the scenes. And nobody really knows what's going on unless you're there. So what I hear people there already, it's pretty escalating. So stay tuned, all that. So God bless you guys. I'll keep you posted. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And I have the link below if you want to donate. We appreciate it on that. But I just want to let you know my thoughts of what's going on, all this stuff. And what do you guys think regarding this whole thing? Look at the signs. God bless you guys.